The gleaming city of Bubastis does credit to you, most capable Pharaoh, and to all Egypt.
Alright, I think we got it back up and running here. Let me just make sure all the Twitch stuff's working properly. Alright, alright, I guess I got it back working. So I'm gonna watch the intro here real quick. Yeah, basically the USB array just failed on my computer, and thankfully I have a backup USB array because that's just what I have. Because I'm a server engineer, so I've got a server class machine in the back there. So I'm like, well, if that one just fried, then well, fuck it, we'll just get the other one working. Alright, so we actually beat the Middle Kingdom there, so we're in the final segment of the original Pharaoh game. So let's see what that's all about. We even get bonus cutscene. What is this?
The splendor of our cities illuminates the entire world. And like moths to the flame, usurpers come to challenge our sovereignty, tearing Egypt apart. For a new weapon of war has emerged, and it has swept over Egypt like a storm in the desert.
Oh my god, they invented horses. Alright, so we can either get vengeance or we can get inspiration. Well, we just built a whole bunch of ridiculous stuff, so I think it's time for us to go fight some dudes. I think that's probably what we should be concentrating on. So let's see what this mission's about.
Most powerful Pharaoh, Egypt cries out for your help. The menacing Hyksos have invaded our land and have set up their own capital at Roarthi. From Roarthi, they have disrupted many of our trade routes, choking off needed supplies. We must stop their conquest before it is too late. If it pleases you, great Pharaoh, we should reclaim the city at Kmun, which has been violated by these foul invaders. We should also build a strong army and navy, for we may need to supply troops and arms to our compatriots in the north, especially at Roarthi, to help repel the Hyksos incursion. They will look to you, Child of Ra, for support. But now, we too have a new weapon. Our wise military leaders have become proficient in the use of the dreaded chariot, and we shall turn it back upon our enemies and drive them before us. Once we drive the troublesome Hyksos out, our military advisors recommend building a fort in Sinai at Sharuhen to prevent further invasions from the east. If only our trouble was limited to the north. Reports from our southern border show that the Nubians are once again taking
damn
advantage
Nubians.
of a distracted Egypt. They have reclaimed the southern cities of Aiken and Het, while these lost cities are cause for concern.
What about the city
We
of
must
Met?
first oust the Hyksos before we can turn our attention southward. These Hyksos are most unholy invaders. We have just discovered that they have defiled the pyramid here in Kmun. They have stolen from the pyramid all the burial provisions that the mighty Pharaoh interred here needs in the field of reeds. We should provide a new supply of grave goods so that the Pharaoh buried here can enjoy life everlasting.
He's already dead. Alright. So let's see. What is this map? This is a pretty small map compared to what we've been working with. So we're supposed to get 6,000 people. I guess we're supposed to protect the pyramid. Haven't you seen Gods of Egypt? I don't know, man. There are too few people. Alright, so 6,000 people, decent prosperity, decent monument rating. The monument rating, I guess, is just a whole bunch of stuff. Are we building our own monuments? No. Alright, we're just getting stuff then for the already built pyramid, which is like linen and luxury goods and papyrus. 55 culture. I think that's just short of libraries. So we don't need any manners or anything else. So let's see what they've given us. We can get chickpeas, barley, and flax. Alright, so if we get barley, so we can do barley to beer. That's a thing. What was our... Egyptian city falls. O great Pharaoh, woe is He. The mighty city of He has fallen to our enemies. Alright, well, He. That's no good. So He is gone. Freaking Nubia. Bunch of bastards. So barley, we've got that. Can we get... No, we cannot get clay. We can at least make potters. Alright, so do that. And flax. Flax to linen. Alright, we get plain stone. Can we sell plain stone to anybody? Plain stone. There are no... Like, why the hell would we get plain stone? There's absolutely nothing here. Can we sell weapons? No. Can we... We can make chariots. What do we need for chariots? Probably wood, I'm guessing. Is there like a chariot maker? Yeah, there's a chariot maker. Or well, probably this whole mission is going to be about chariots. There's a brickworks. So can we sell bricks? Bricks. We can export bricks. We can export bricks at 120 each. Alright, so bricks. Can we import straw? Yeah, okay, so we can import bricks. So we can do clay plus straw to do bricks. Can we export pottery? No. We can import barley though. We can grow barley though, so we don't need that. But we can export beer at least. We can export barley. So we got that at least. Alright, linen. Linen cannot be exported. Alright, so no export on linen. So why would we get linen at all? I mean, I guess just for a few things, but we can't really get a whole... Yeah, it's interesting. Our exports are pretty much just going to be beer then. That's got to be our money-making stuff. Alright, so what about luxury goods? No, nothing there. Nothing for anything. So it's literally going to be a barley economy. Can we export chickpeas? No. Well, darn. This could be a rough mission if we can't do much. It looks like meadow farming with barley and beer is going to be our biggest thing. We got those crocodiles. And the only thing I can think of for these raw materials, like why would they give us plain stone, is beyond me, unless we need to do something with it, especially putting it up there. Makes me think we're going to have missions to retrieve plain stone for somebody. And then this pyramid has ridiculous towers going around it, as if this is going to be a target for invaders. Alright, so if we're going to come up with a plan for this mission, Plain stone for a monument. Well, that was what I was looking for, but there is nothing here. There's just the temple complex to Ra. It just makes me think that we're going to have a lot of missions we have to fulfill, and they're going to be giving us goods or something else. Like, not even the burial provisions have anything in there. Like, the only burial provision is, like, linen. That's the only reason we'd even make linen. So let's see, if we're going to do stuff, it's basically going to be we need lots of barley. And pretty much what we're going to have to set up is meadow farming with barley. I mean, can we even get water lifts? I can get a water lift here and there. That's pretty decent. Alright, so yeah, this is totally set up for meadow farming to be successful. So we'll set up meadow farming. We'll have to get some housing blocks in order to do that along the west side. We could otherwise start off with maybe some normal farming. It might be better to start off with normal farming, to be honest. I wonder if they're even going to come across the river. Because I don't see too many places for, you know, boats. Like, if we were going to put any boats in here, I don't think so. Let's see, we got water trade route, land trade route, land trade route. Yeah, and they buy tons of beer. They buy a few bricks. They buy lots of beer. Alright, everybody's just going to buy beer, so it's going to be a one-trick pony for our economy. It's just going to be beer. And we only have like... We literally have like one place to put a dock on this entire frickin' river. And that's right here. Like right here is for a water crossing, and then we can't even put a dock. So there's literally like one spot on the map for a dock. So they're not going to come by way of water because there's no water. All right, so we're going to do barley to beer, and then we'll be able to do. We'll be able to sell bricks, is what it seems like, by importing clay. But I'm going to need to take a couple minutes, take a quick bio break, and I'll be back very shortly. So, I'm going to restart this scenario just because a few months have gone by. Because we had it on 100% speed to start with, and that'll screw things up. Alright, so meadow farming or basic farming. Looks, they gave us a ton of farming spots. Classical farming is probably better. Let's take a look at the gods real quick. We have 3 gods. Seth is not our patron deity. It's probably incredibly important for us to actually worship Seth. Alright, let's just make a basic house here, housing block. Alright, so 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4... Alright. So we were making them just like 1 tile too big last time. It was causing some major issues. So I'm gonna try to make sure I'm not doing that again. Alright, so let's get our roads going. And that was Egyptian City Falls, the city of Hay. What a name for a city. Where do you come from? Dude, your city sucks. What a weird road, too. Alright, so we get one housing block there, and we should probably get another one like over here. So, let's see, the inner block needs to be somewhere within... Gosh, yeah, we're gonna have some kind of weird housing areas, aren't we? Well, let's get one up north. No, it needs to be a little bit farther away. Not too far away, but just a little bit more. Just like that. So let's get a whole bunch of people showing up day 1. So the idea with this housing block basically is that we have all of our services in the middle and all of our jobs kind of off of the center of it. So all of our industrial resources will be off in some direction, and all of our goods, all of our basic, goods distribution, and all of our tipples and everything is in the center of these blocks, and that way we can consolidate all the services and not be wasteful. I think with these military maps, it usually pays dividends to just go for it. Because the longer you wait, the more chances of just bad stuff happening. So I'm trying to just get some houses up real quick. We're gonna get our industry going, and then we'll work on food and the rest. We don't have a huge war chest though, which could be a problem. I've had huge war chests for the past few missions, and I may just be making a bad decision. So let's get our basic services up and running. Let's see, apothecary, physician, all that stuff. We're gonna need our temple to Ra. Do we have an apothecary? Yes. We need... We got all 4 of those. We need a water supply and a bazaar. I mean a water supply and a physician. So physician, water supply, and a bazaar. Well, we don't really need a bazaar yet, but we should get a bazaar in there. And let's see, our first order of business is going to definitely be barley. Well, the issue here is that we're going to need water lifts into this area so that we can get our meadow farms going. Interesting. That's not super fun. Alright, well, we will get our camps going here real quick. And let's also start assigning our jobs. We want infrastructure is number 1, health and sanitation number 2, and food production number 3. Alright, and what can we do over here? Well, let's get our barley economy going, and we might improve this area later. Yeah, we can't... Alright, so this area over here, we just can't get farms on. And that's going to be... Like, we can put a water lift right here and get stuff rolling. Alright, so that will be 1. These guys need services now. Firehouse, architect post, police station, apothecary. We can get... We've got a bazaar. Bazaar, a physician. And then we'll snag our water supply down here. We need a temple to Ra. Let's see, how many people are we expected to get? We're gonna need like 2 shrines, so 4 shrines total. Let's throw them like right 1, 2, 3, 4. That should keep Seth and the other guy happy for at least a little bit here. Alright, so we'll be getting barley here. So what we're going to want to do is get our beer production up and running. And I think we're going to need our trading dock. So water trade for beer, land trade for beer. Alright, so we're going to start off with the land trade route. So let's get our brewery up and running. Alright, so we're going to need barley and beer. It's really funny, basically, like we're not setting up like a nice city or something. We're setting up a freaking colony. We're like, all right, guys, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna need, you know, like the citizen raises his hand. He's like, we're gonna need food and you know, we're gonna need copper and all these other. Pharaoh just like, sit down, sit down. What we need to do is we need to make booze. We're gonna export the booze, and with that, we're gonna build weapons. And with those weapons, we're gonna kill people. Sit down. And the guy like stands back up and he's like, but blah 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 blah. He's like, you're not Pharaoh. I am the son of God. Do not question me again. And then he has him killed because because he was drunk and he had made a whole bunch of copper spears. And what are you gonna do? He's Pharaoh. He's son of Ra. You're just screwed. So don't fuck with him. Alright, so we're gonna start. Yeah, food production, of course, is barley is food production. So we need to set up some sort of food production, don't we? Otherwise, we're gonna run out of people real fast. It's basically we need a water lift and we need some farms. So if we get farms, like we basically need a road down here like this, and then we can get our irrigation ditch going off of it, kind of coming up the middle here like this, and so we get some chickpeas going like that. Wow, it can come all the way out to there. Amazing. That's really far. Well, let's get a granary then, and we'll just shove it like right in the middle of town. And these things are gonna fall the hell over if we're not careful, so I'll just throw this here and make sure I throw a firehouse and an architect post right next to it. And we're already starting to do some work. Cool. Yeah, exactly. Pharaoh like points at the guy who stood up, and his drunk captain kind of rolls over and loosens his copper spear, and it's just like, you better go home. You've had enough to think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Oh, your people turn into peasants. Yeah, that's true. We actually beat the last mission, and as a result, my webcam decided to take out my USB array, and I had to restart and do all that other crazy stuff. And peasants. Basically, what happened? Did we get any barley? We got 400 barley, just enough. Wait, what? Oh, we didn't have enough people. Son of a bitch. So the first harvest was kind of a failure. But that's okay. There will be more. And they start right here. Like that. And let's see if these things are going to burn down. Doesn't look like it. So we'll just leave them as they are. Alright, so let's see if we actually have any sort of recovery, you know, automatic. Here's a whole bunch of money coming in. If we don't, we're in a bit of trouble. Alright, so we need the apothecary, we're going to need a water supply. We are going to need a physician. And we're going to need a temple to Ra. And we're in debt. Out of money. Alright, we got more money, which is what we needed to have happen. And we'll throw a bazaar down. Stupid peasants always getting in my way. Let's see, the water lift is out here. So we'll have to kind of make do with that. Let's look at how many people we got. Workforce unemployment is at 11%. Alright, so let's see how many farms we can actually throw down here. So we'll do it kind of like this, I believe. Let's see if it gets all the way there. Alright, it did. Excellent. That is what I wanted to see. And these are all chickpeas? Alright, chickpeas all around. And we are not going to be able to get water over to the other side of the ditch here. We're gonna get a lot of people real fast. Stupid crocodiles. Can we actually reach? I do not think we can. Did I tell my dude to start exporting beer? Export when over 0, export when over 1,000. Exportable luxury goods. Probably good enough. What does irrigation do? Well, there is no farming in this game unless you are either in a floodplain, which are these little reeds over here, or bulrushes, or on meadow farms. And meadow farms require irrigation, so you have to have the irrigation ditches, otherwise they're at 0% fertility. Like this plot is at 42%, and this one at 42%, and that's just over time. Irrigation raises the fertility of the land. And you have to get these little water lifts in order to improve the improve all that. It's a little finicky. And by a little finicky, I mean it's a lot finicky. 23% unemployment. Alright, so we definitely need more people employed. Well, let's get some more brewers. Let's get some more farmers. How are we gonna get more farmers? We have barley, chickpeas. We don't need linen because we can't export it. We just need barley, pretty much. Barley and chickpeas. Alright. And we're gonna need this ditch to actually kind of curve around. So I gotta build it out there, otherwise I'm gonna forget that we have to put it there. Yeah, we can put this all the way out here. That's crazy. Well, what we want to do is put this road out like this, and put the road down in the middle like that. So we should be able to put our farms like so. We put our irrigation ditches all the way out to there. Let's see if they reach. They reach all the way. Let's see, we're gonna need more shrines, so 2 more. So we need Shrine to Ptah. And let's make sure they don't collapse. And shrines to Seth. So we're good until 2,000 people. About. Resentful, angry. Jesus Christ. Alright, fine. So we had 2-2. We do not want Set to be angry with us. Engage in combat in a distant city of Roarty and required you to dispatch reinforcements. Send troops to their aid within 6 months. Alright, let's take a look at what they actually want us to send. A small force will attack. Dispatch troops. Alright. We do not have the money to do this. I mean, we could make a fort for infantry or archers, but we just don't have the cash. So I think we're pretty much screwed. We could try going into debt to do it, and sending archers, a small force of archers. I mean, we might as well try for it, right? Like, to hell with it. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. If we're not, then we're not. But if these military missions, basically, as far as I've seen, you need to be on top of your game. So we don't have any weapons, so we have to make a fort for archers. And if we're gonna make a fort for archers, we're gonna throw them where we're never gonna put people. So like right there. And we're in debt. So, hopefully we can dig ourselves out of this debt. And get some money. We're brewing beer. Let's make sure that none of our bazaars are buying beer. Because I don't want any beer going to our people. Not yet, at least. So it's all going to go to pure profit. Pure profit. Save before? No. I refuse. We will deal with the mistakes and learn from them, or not learn from them. Either way, we will deal with the mistakes. For some of the earlier missions, you kind of have to save scum. There's no real way to get around it. Sometimes they just spring stuff on you. It's like, well, if the first thing you built wasn't, you know, a weaponsmith and a fort and a recruiter and a storage yard, you're screwed.
Our long and dangerous trek here was for nothing. The city won't trade.
We've got plenty of everything. But it looks like we don't have nearly enough. Liberia, what's your objective for this level? This level is basically we're supposed to create a whole bunch of soldiers, and the idea was that soldiers need to be sent out to help other parts of Egypt. So, yeah, oh great Pharaoh, the battle for Roarty rages on. Dispatch troops in the next 6 months. If you arrive in time, give you a chance to share in their glorious victory. Well, we're gonna wait until basically there's a single month there, and then we'll send these archers out. Hopefully we'll have a full contingent of archers by then. I'm not super confident. But if we have to restart, basically what I'm kind of getting here is... This looked like a good place to start. I probably don't need 2 entire housing blocks to start the game. And that there's plenty of space. I did not realize just how much meadow farming space they actually had on this map. Because this is an insane amount of meadow farms, to be honest. And that water lift can lift water pretty dang far. Like, bam, all the way up to there. That's impressive. And the gods are about to get really pissed with us. Let's see, how long do we have? 3 months.
Our long and dangerous trek here was for nothing. The city won't trade.
We're not exporting? We should totally be exporting. I am surprised we are not exporting.
It's the trade.
Okay, so he bought 700 and we had another group that could have bought more but didn't. 2 months. Alright, well we have plenty of barley. That's encouraging. So why don't we get more brewers? Because we're at massive employment shortage at the moment. So let's see. How much, in fact, 30% unemployment. Well then let's just pump out the booze. If we're gonna double down on being in debt, let's triple down on being in debt. Seems like a really good plan to me. If we're already in the hole, let's keep digging. All right, let's Let's go to our military and let's dispatch our archers. Get out of here, guys. Go save Roarty. Alright, looks like the traders are coming through. Let's take a look. What's our 16%? Yeah, we could still get more. Are we gonna run out of barley? Doesn't look like it. We might need another storage yard though. It's gonna happen how? And let's also start exporting barley. Oh, we already are. Excellent. In that case, are we not able to find workers? No, we have found all the workers we need. That's pretty cool. Like, that is a lot of farms. I mean, it's a lot of space for the farms, but it's a lot of farms. Hopefully we can actually start selling some of this booze. Just setting up this ridiculous wartime economy. 24/7 whipping people into making alcohol so we can sell it for money. We got Friar Tuck here buying barley and booze and walking back to wherever the hell he came from. And let's see, are there any other trade routes which your army marching to relieve a city of the kingdom. Alright. These guys will buy booze from water. Alright. Well, let's open up a water trade route then. I guess right here? It's the only place for a dock. So let's go ahead and demolish this. Throw that there. Arctic post out there. And another, like, firehouse sort of combo. That at the end. We don't want our dock going to hell. So this is going to accept half and accept half. We must trade. If we are to win, we must trade. It's just an army of brewers. Well, that's our income right there. Like that, there's nothing else on this map that we can actually do anything with. Like it's just chickpeas and barley and beer. We can't export anything else. We can't export papyrus. We can't import anything else that's good. Like we can import wood or clay. And we can import straw and clay and make bricks. That's the only other thing we can do. That's it. Alright, we might just break even. They're doing it.
I wonder if the city has any sights I could see while they unload my ship.
No, I'm sad to say that we have no entertainment in the city. His primary objective is to code. This is true. My primary objective is definitely coding. The mighty city of Icon has fallen to our enemies. I mean, this is probably ticking down. You know, like, you only have a certain amount of time before you need to have defenses yourself. And stuff like that. Alright, well, we appear to have at least gotten our handle on our own debt. So let's take a look. We're still at unemployed workforce of 11%. We're going to need to start importing copper. Where can we get copper from? And copper from these guys. And copper from these guys. Water or land? I'd say land is a better trade route. These guys sell incense, which there's no reason for us to import that. They can sell us clay, they can sell us copper, and they can sell us barley. Well, we're not going to buy barley, but we are going to buy other things. So let's make a little weapon producing area right here. Firehouse, protect post. Let's get our storage yard right up close. We're going to throw copper, half, and weapons, half. Let's import copper. Import up to what? Maybe 800 copper. And let's get 2 weaponsmiths. And we're going to get a fort for infantry. Alright, and we're back positive money. So I think we may actually have our production economy set up properly. And yeah, that's a whole bunch of copper we just imported. Like, that's just going to happen. And we should definitely get our palace and like our tax collectors and all those people. These farms are not producing very much food. Have I ever played Zeus or Poseidon? I have not played either of those games. I pretty much like I played Pharaoh, and I was like, I never played Caesar 3 or any of those. Pharaoh was the only one of the kind of those games that I played. I think pretty much what struck was a whole bunch of Diablo 2 and a whole bunch of StarCraft. I built 2 fire stations here. Well, all these buildings are probably about to collapse. Let's take a look at the gods. The gods are probably pissed. Yes, they're pissed, and pissed. Well, maybe we can do something about that. We'll need shrines, 2 to each. We're barely staying with our heads above water, but we are staying with our heads above water. So I'll take it. %9 unemployment. What is this
I'm
guy?
the most popular person in the city. A lot of people need jobs.
10 employees, 10 needed. Alright, so these guys are kind of barely keeping employed. That's what's going on. So we should also extend this up here, perhaps? And throw a... Well, I guess there's no real need for a roadblock here. Either way, it's going to reach a house. Come on, my army of slave laborers. Make money. Damn you. Can we export anything else? Like, come on now. Just bricks. Just bricks. Alright, how much would we get for clay and straw? That's 38 plus 21, which is 39, 49, 59 to 120. So we'd be making 60 per unit versus, 140 per unit. It's not a very good deal, but it is a deal. Let's see, where would we be importing stuff from? We'd be getting clay from you, and where are we getting straw from? Straw from Ichwadi, which is over water. So we need a water trader. Yeah, look, we're 3,300. We're maxed out. So we'd need a dock here, a storage yard, sorry, which is going to accept all straw. And we would need like a storage yard over here. Well, who's going to buy bricks is the question. Buying bricks is going to be Menhefer, and that's over a land trade route. So we just need a storage yard over here, which has imports of clay. Let's have it accept half clay and get half straw. And let's import both of those goods. Alright, so we'll import clay to maintain like 1,200. Import straw to maintain 1,200. And export bricks when we have more than any.